Here to take us through the French papers is Nicholas. Hello, Nicholas.
Hi, Claire.
What have you got to start off with?
I'm going to go to that crisis on the left in French politics and the front page of Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien. There you can see crise ouverte, open crisis with the écolos. Who are the écolos? They are the Greens, aren't they? And they're actually in government, even though the Socialists have an absolute majority. And that's the situation on the left. Now, what's happened is that Delphine Batho is the woman we see there in the photo. She is no longer the environment minister for France, is she? She said on radio that I don't agree with the cuts. They were bad for my ministry. She was fired within 30 minutes. Of course, Le Figaro is gleeful. Here we can go to them there. Hollande, Limoges, Batho, Hollande sacks Batho, and again that same headline, Claire, crise ouverte, open crisis in the ruling majority of the French government. So there you are.
So the press seems to think the sacking is severe, even left-leaning Libération.
Well, in its editorial, Libération, perhaps its take would be a little bit more friendly towards the Socialists, because it's a left-wing paper, of course. But look at that, the editorial there, trop tard, trop fort. This is too much, too late, and it's critical of the French socialist government, saying that, in fact, Batho, the French environment minister, has paid a hefty price for simply telling the truth. The environment ministry needs the money. It's an important issue. And you can't just by magic restore your authority by sacking someone in 30 minutes. It's actually creating a bad image. It reveals more disagreements than it solves problems. That's Libé's take on that socialist decision.
Now, that minister's comments were about the budget, and so that the business press is looking at this as well.
Well, yeah, La Tribune is saying 20 billion euros need to be saved in the 2014 budget. An effort from every ministry is required. And there you can see La Tribune commenting on that, saying, yes, she reacted a little bit too brutally in her comments on radio, and there was no hanging around. But they have the same observation in their analysis, La Tribune, saying Hollande could well have taken this kind of strict management of his team approach earlier on in his government, which is now over a year old. The first words in that piece, if you look at it, François Hollande est injuste. François Hollande is being unfair. Now, just to continue with French politics, another story that's big in the French press this Wednesday is about the cumul des mandats, which translates as the numbers of posts that various politicians have. French politicians have one or more. 1 in 4 only actually just have one job, maybe MP or mayor, but most of them have 2 or 3, don't they? Now, if you look at Le Monde there, it's talking about this story. It points to one senator in the east of the country, in the Vosges, who has 147 years of cumulated mandat, terms of office, over his term. And Le Monde is reporting on the story, which is that legislation today in Parliament is going to be debated about scrapping this tradition, or this French illness, if you like, of having so many different jobs at the same time. And the Socialist government came into office under Hollande saying we're going to scrap it entirely. But the problem is that a lot of socialist MPs actually do have more than one job, and they're trying to wriggle a little bit.
All right, now shifting gears, Paris Fashion Week is in full swing, and the papers have been talking about Karl Lagerfeld's latest collection for Chanel.
Well, look at this. This is the front page of the culture section of Le Figaro, and you can see Le Métropolis de Chanel. Absolutely fantastic pictures of that collection. He is a total showman, isn't he, for Chanel Lagerfeld? And he stole the show on the second day of the Haute Couture shows, taking a kind of decayed opera house, which was actually in the Grand Palais, which is one of those fantastic museums in the centre of Paris. And he's got futuristic streaks of silver embroidery and cosmic-looking hats in this kind of Armageddon-style landscape. So he is the top, as far as I'm concerned.
I'd love to go to one of his shows. All right, thank you very much, Nicholas, for taking us through the French papers.